Batting second, playing left field, number 95, Noel McGarry-Doyle. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 27, Ryan Rio. Batting fourth at first base, number 29, Malik Williams. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 26, Adam Odd. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 5, Josh Cote. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 3, Carson Burns. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 20, Victor Plaz. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 17, Avery Tuck. Pitching tonight for your Baycats, number 30, Juan Benitez. Here are the umpires for tonight's contest. Calling the balls and strikes, we have Ryan Jackson. Handling first base tonight, Preston Hughes. And at third base, Chubba Bay. Fans, can you please rise if you are able to, and kindly remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Fans, tonight the Barrie Baycats celebrate inclusiveness for all in our first annual Pride Night at the ballpark in support of the 2SLGBTQ plus community. Vintage Stone Stadium and the Barrie Baycats stand with the community and are proud to stand as a safe haven where everyone, no matter where you are in the rainbow, can come and enjoy the beautiful game of baseball. This is the first Pride Night in the Inter-County Baseball League's 104-year history, and it certainly will not be the last. Use the hashtag if you're talking about tonight, love all. Hashtag love all. Fans, joining us tonight is Colin, who is the current president of Simcoe Pride and a longtime resident of Barrie, graduating Georgian College in 2018 and joining FSP in 2019. Colin, it's your pitch.
Baycats TV presents Inter-County League Baseball tonight, live from Vintage Throne Stadium in the township of Springwater. It's the Guelph Royals and the Barrie Baycats. Hello again, everyone, and welcome. With Julius Hern, I'm Ben Davy. For the first time this season, the Barrie Baycats will play 4 games in 4 days, and it starts against the Guelph Royals at home here tonight. After heat warnings and tornado warnings wiped out their last scheduled home game against Hamilton last Thursday, the Baycats have won back-to-back games over London and Kitchener. Everyone's well rested today Baycats haven't played since Saturday, but this 4-4 weekend, Julius, will really be an excellent test of the depth of this ball club, in particular the pitching staff.
Yes, absolutely. They're coming off 2 massive wins in the last 2 games, but this is going to be a huge test. We'll see if they can keep the momentum going from those 2 games into this tough stretch on 4 games in 4 straight days.
Here's the batting lineup for Guelph tonight. Brando LaRue will lead off at second base. The number 2 hitter is Connor Morrow. He's a shortstop. J.D. Williams in center field bats third. Malik Collymore, the DH, is in the cleanup spot. Right fielder Tristan Pompey bats fifth. It's Justin Interessano at first, batting sixth. Ethan Hammond, the left fielder, bats seventh. Noah Roberts, the catcher, in the 8th spot. And number 9 hitter tonight is third baseman Kyle Cush.
And on the mound for the Baycats tonight is Juan Benitez, making his 7th appearance of the year, rocking a 3.12 ERA in 4 starts, 6 appearances total. He's got a 4-1 record and 31 2/3 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts to 13 walks, 31 hits allowed over the year.
Benitez gets the ball for Barrie tonight, Jeffrey Nunez tomorrow, and then Frank Garces back here at home on Saturday. And then Evan Souls is scheduled to be Sunday's starter. He's also been a key arm out of the bullpen for the Baycats, so we'll see him limited, if at all, over the 3 games leading up to his start on Sunday. That'll be his 5th start of the season for the Baycats. So a good test for the pitching here. Starts off tonight against Guelph. Juan Benitez has really found his groove this season. I got to say, probably his best season so far since joining the Baycats in 2021.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been mixing in his 5-pitch mix very well this year. He's really putting a lot of movement on the ball so far this year, and really hype up to see him face this Guelph lineup here tonight.
Servicing Simcoe region for over a decade.
Brando LaRue will step into the box to get things started here tonight in Midhurst at Vintage Throne Stadium. We're glad to have you along, enjoying our Baycats TV broadcast here tonight on a very hot, muggy Thursday evening as Benitez winds and deals. First pitch is outside. We're underway at 7:34 tonight here at Vintage Throne Stadium, and a very hot 31-degree Humidex reading. Very, very light wind earlier, if at all, from right to left, and it is blowing slightly in, not a factor at the moment. Certainly any breeze here tonight will be welcome. This one lined to short, and a great catch by Carson Burns as he brings it down for the first out of the top of the first inning.
Give me the defense here for the Barrie Baycats. Noel McGarry-Doyle in left field, Kenise Ejo in center, Avery Tuck in right field. On the infield, Victor Plaz at third, Carson Burns making that great catch right there at shortstop. Adam Ott at second base, Malik Williams gets the start at first, and Josh Cote is catching Juan Benitez.
Connor Morrow is hitting .306 this season. The right-hander facing Juan Benitez, and a called strike, 0-1.
I'm very interested to see if this heat persists, not just tonight, but over the course of this weekend, how the pitchers are going to manage their fatigue.
Hot foul to the right side, and the count is 0-2. Well, we've had some pretty hot temperatures already this season, but this weather forecast this week really bringing some sustained heat to the area. It started yesterday, and the heat warning has been in effect since Wednesday here in the Barrie area. A little bit of relief expected tomorrow through the weekend, but still warm. This one on the ground. Victor Plaz makes a high throw, and a bad one as it goes all the way to the fence. First error of the ball game will go to third baseman Victor Plaz.
That's a tough one for Plaz. He was charging in on that ball, and he really had more time than he thought he did. He could have really gathered himself before making that throw, but kind of making that throw on the run gave him too much momentum and put it over the head of Malik Williams.
Center fielder number 9, J.D. Williams.
So 1 on and 1 out for the number 3 hitter, J.D. Williams. Williams with a .296 average coming into today. This Royals club, not a long ball hitting team. Williams is tied with just 2 home runs for the lead on this Royals club. When they win, they tend to play a lot of small ball. Not a lot of guys in this lineup that'll be swinging for the fences. Pitch from Benitez is low, and the count is 2-0.
Yeah, you said it. This Guelph lineup boasts a lot of great contact hitting, but like you said, not a ton of power.
Pitch from Benitez is low again, and he's behind. 3 balls and no strikes. Connor Morrow, the runner at first with 1 out. Morrow has 6 steals in 7 attempts. Does not go on the 3-0 pitch, and it's inside, ball 4. Williams tosses the bat, and there's 2 on for the Royals with 1 out.
Doesn't look like Benitez has much command on his fastball to start out this game. He boasts a 5-pitch mix of fastball, changeup, slider, sinker, and a curveball, which can be deadly to some hitters, but if that fastball isn't working, he's going to have a tough night.
He does pitch well in the heat. I don't think the weather's going to be a factor for him here tonight. Goes off speed on the first offering to Malik Collymore, and that one misses. So some control problems for Juan Benitez here in the first inning. At this point, just trying to find the strike zone. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. And a called strike with Collymore taking all the way. Here's the pitch. Down the line, foul. And the count is 1-2. Tristan Pompey is on deck, brother of former big leaguer Dalton Pompey, who is not playing in the IBL this season, but a former Guelph Royal, opted to walk away from baseball and pursue a career in emergency services after playing for the Royals in 2022. To third, and it's under the glove of Plaza and into left field. They're going to send in Connor Morrow. Here's the throw, cut off by the third baseman, and the Royals get the 1-0 lead.
Notice that Plaza's playing a bit shallower than he usually would, trying to play in that double play depth. If he was playing maybe a few steps back, he had a better play on that ball, and that could have been a 2-out play.
Benitez seemed a little bit visibly frustrated there that Plaz cut that ball off. I'm not sure that the throw would have reached Cote in time to make a play at the plate, but regardless, it's an RBI single for Malik Collymore, and Guelph on top 1-0 with still just 1 out here in this first inning. So here's Tristan Pompey.
Product of the University of Kentucky.
An outfielder like his brother. He's played 16 games this season. There was some hope amongst Royals fans and even management that maybe if Tristan can make the squad, Dalton might be open to returning for a few games when his schedule permits, but so far that has yet to happen. Takes a pitch away, and it's 1-1.
Boy, that would have been such a great storyline for these Guelph Royals if they had both the Pompey brothers.
Well, the season's not over. We've seen players change their minds on more than a few occasions, and once it's in you, it's hard to stay away from the ball field. But Dalton announcing that last year would be his last year, so that's the official decision from him as of right now. 2-1 pitch. Foul back to the screen. The 1-0 Royals on an RBI single by Malik Collymore, bringing home Connor Morrow. Williams at second, Collymore at first, 2-2 the count. Fans behind Juan Benitez, runners go. Pitch is low, here's a throw down. The tag is not in time.
Collymore hesitated a little bit on the jump. He noticed that Williams was off on the pitch, and once he saw Williams, then he started to go. So he was lagging a bit behind there, but managed to slide in there safely on a double steal.
Williams to third, Collymore to second on the double steal. Home plate umpire today is Ryan Jackson. Preston Hughes is at third. Chubba Vay behind the bag at third. He was over at second to make the call on that play at second. Payoff pitch from Benitez. Called strike 3. Pompey thought he had a walk. Tossed the bat away. But Ryan Jackson rang him up.
I don't think Pompey was expecting that kind of fastball from Benitez. He might have been sitting on an off-speed pitch.
He tried to sell the call, couldn't do so, and shaking his head as he walks back to the Royal dugout. Big strikeout for Juan Benitez now as he gets the second out. And here is the always dangerous Justin Interessano. He does have some power. Again, just 2 home runs, but we've seen him launch the ball before with runners on. 8 RBIs this season. Bats with 2 on and 2 out here on the first. Here's the pitch. Right side, and it's through into right field. Up with it, Avery Tuck makes the throw in. And in to score is J.D. Williams along with Malik Collymore right behind him. 2 RBIs. And it's a 3-0 Royals lead.
A lot of hard hit balls off of Juan Benitez to start so far. Even that first out of the ball game on that line drive to Carson Burns at short, that was even a hard hit ball on line drive. So Benitez really needs to limit the hard contact going through this game.
So not the start to the game that he or the Baycats wanted. Guelph with a 3 spot here on the top of the first. It's the number 7 hitter, Ethan Hammond. Takes a fastball for a first pitch strike. Hammond has a team-leading 23 RBIs. He also has 23 walks to lead the Royals. Pitch from Benitez. And this one lined to center field. It's a base hit. Interessano moves up 90 feet. 2 on for the Royals.
Catcher number 22, Noah Roberts.
Third hit of the inning for the Royals. 5th base runner. And Juan Benitez in a pickle of trouble here in this first inning.
Wouldn't be shocked if we saw a mound visit here shortly.
4 games in 4 days for the Baycats, so the last thing Josh Matlow wants is to go to his bullpen early tonight. Time is called. As Robert steps out. We've seen it before from Juan Benitez. One game at Christie Pitts in particular comes to mind where he got rocked in the first inning but then settled down and was wheeling and dealing from that point on. So sometimes it's just a matter of getting the first inning cobwebs out of the way for him to settle down and give you a quality start. Baycats fans hoping that might be the case here tonight. Trying to put out the fire, though, here in the meantime in the top of the first inning. Benitez wants Cote to run through the signs again. Two on, 2 out. We're in the top of the first. Here's the pitch. And that one is fouled off to the left side. Count 1-1. Baycats in Brantford tomorrow night. London visits again on Saturday. And then the Royals are back here on Sunday afternoon to make up a rainout from a couple of weeks ago. The Baycats will be seeing the Guelph Royals here at home twice over this 4-game stretch. Here's the 0-2, and it's fouled away.
Roberts looks a bit late on Benitez's fastball here. He's had the last couple foul balls and going the other way.
Fans behind the Dominican right-hander here wanting to get that 3rd strike. Checks the runner, the leg kick, the 0-2. Called strike 3. But the Royals send 8 to the plate. They score 3 and are up 3-0 after a half an inning. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
For Guelph.
Premier North Windows and Doors is a proud supporter of the Barrie Baycats, locally owned and operated, and specializing in window replacement and door installation. Simcoe County's #1 choice for windows and doors. Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using We played a half an inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. It's the Royals 3, the Baycats coming to bat, and here's who's in the lineup tonight for Josh Matlow. Kenisi Joe in center field leads off. Noel McGarry-Doyle in the number 2 spot plays left field. Ryan Rio DHs and bats third. Malik Williams cleans up at first base. Adam Ott at second bats fifth. Josh Cote, the catcher, hits sixth. And then Carson Burns, Victor Plaz, and Avery Tuck round out the order tonight for the Barrie Baycats.
And on the mound here for the Guelph Royals is Brandon Deans, making his 11th appearance of the year. His first start, sporting a 3.09 ERA and in 20 and a third innings pitched. 27 strikeouts to 9 walks, 3 saves as well on the year.
Slider low, and it's 1-1 to Kenisi Ejo. Ejo and McGarry-Doyle have flip-flopped 1-2 in the batting order this season for Josh Matlow. McGarry-Doyle started in the leadoff spot this year. And Josh Matlow made a similar swap last season with Jake Wilson. That is low and away, and it's 3-1. Royals pitching looks a lot different now than it did at the start of this year. Ace starter Claudio Custodio, the former Baycat, back from pitching in Venezuela. Royals fans should be seeing him this weekend as Kenisi Ejo draws a walk to lead it off for Barrie. Andrew Case, the former Blue Jays prospect, started the year in his hometown of St. John with New Brunswick in the senior league there. He has returned to the Royals as well. So that gives Guelph a really nice 1-2 punch at the top of their pitching staff.
Give me the defense really quickly here for the Guelph Royals. Ethan Hammond in left field, J.D. Williams in center, Tristan Pompey in right, Kyle Cush at third, Connor Morrow at short, Brando LaRue at second base, Justin Interessano at first, and Noah Roberts catching Brandon Deans.
And this is Noel McGarry-Doyle. A 0-1 count to him with Ryan Rio on deck. Kenisi Ejo, always a threat to run, has a good lead at first. Being held on by Interessano, now he draws a throw.
This first inning brought to you by JC Unlimited Contracting. Design, supply, build, renovate, servicing Simcoe region for over a decade.
This one hit a long way to left field. Back near the warning track is Ethan Hammond, and makes the catch. A long fly ball to left field, 1 out in the inning. And here's Ryan Rio.
Designated hitter number 27, Ryan Rio.
Kenisi Ejo is 14 of 16 in stolen base attempts this season. At one time, he and Noel McGarry-Doyle were a combined perfect 22 for 22 in steals. Ejo has been thrown out trying to steal a couple of times since. McGarry-Doyle still a perfect 11 for 11. Ryan Rio having another outstanding season for the Baycats. .363 average coming into today. Pitch on the way, and it is a called strike to Rio, and the count is 0-2.
Ejo's getting a great secondary lead off of the pitches we see from Brandon Deans here. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets a good jump on one of these coming up.
0-2 the count. Rio waggles the bat. Deans delivers, and that one lined to second base. Past Brando LaRue. It's into center field, and digging hard for third is Kenisi Ejo. Now that'll put runners on the corners with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning.
That was a very hard hit ball, and that looked like it was hit right at LaRue. Almost looked like he went right through his glove, but just missed it.
Kenisi Ejo had to be careful because LaRue definitely had a chance to come down with that catch, and he would have been hung out to dry if LaRue was able to make that grab. The ball just seemed to kind of get right through him, though.
A rule of thumb, if you're on the base path and there's a line drive to an infielder, they always freeze. You never know when the ball's going to be caught or going to get through.
Could have been the end of the inning for the Baycats. Instead, they have 2 on with 1 out for the cleanup man, Malik Williams.
Williams, a product of Lipscomb College, NCAA Division I.
In the dirt, blocked by the catcher Roberts. Everyone stays put. What a start to the year Williams is having here in his return to Barrie, just his 3rd game. Had a big walk-off hit here last week. 5 hits and 8 at-bats. Brings a lot of power to this Baycat lineup. That one outside, 2-1. Last year, Williams got into 14 games and hit .357. Pitch from Deans. Just missed outside, 3-1. So Ejo at third. Rio at first, 1 out. Deans to Williams, and he lifts that in the air to right field. Long way for Pompey, coming over near the foul line, and it's a foul ball, 3-2 now.
That was close. Definitely looked like it could have been trouble if it managed to stay fair.
Barrie looking to get on the board here, down by 3. Bottom of the 1st inning. Deans from the set position. 3-2 pitch on the way, and it's hit on the ground to right field for a base hit. That'll drive home Barrie's first run as Ejo scores. Malik Williams picks up his 4th RBI of the season. 3-1 Royals.
That was a very good piece of hitting there from Williams. Those high pitches are extremely difficult to not swing at, but he managed to smoke that into right field, and going the other way is a very difficult on those pitches, but he managed to do it, and that catches the run for the Baycats.
After a slow start to the season, Adam Odd got hot in a hurry. He's up to 387 now. This is his 19th game. Swing and a miss. He was going for the fences there. Couldn't catch up to the first pitch fastball. 0-1. Here's the pitch. High and away. That one sailed away from Deans. 1-1 the count. Outfield shifted slightly around to right on Odd, the left-handed hitter here. Middle infield double play depth here with 1 out. And that one's fouled off the top of the screen. 1-2.
Yeah, the center fielder Williams looks like he's shifted over pretty far over to right field. So center field looking fairly open here for Adam Odd if he can put it out there.
Yeah, that left center gap looks pretty good if Odd can go the other way here. As you mentioned, or one down the left field line. Could be extra bases. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Odd down on strikes, and a big strikeout for Brandon Deans, 2 away.
The catcher, number 5.
Josh Cote, in his 25th game of the season, he has been as reliable as they come for Josh Matlow this year. The rookie catcher has been solid behind the plate. In the lineup, game in and game out for Josh Matlow this season. And he has been rewarded for his outstanding 2023 campaign. .329 average here in his rookie season. Definitely a candidate for IBL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, plenty of extra base hits for Cote this year. A lot of doubles, a few home runs. Timely home runs at that as well.
Now, it should be mentioned, too, how well he's handled this Baycats pitching staff. We talk a lot about Cote's bat, what he's been able to provide as a spark plug offensively, but he has looked right at home behind the plate, working with these Baycat veteran pitchers. This one lifted to center field. And coming in and camping under it is J.D. Williams. He makes the catch, and that will do it for Cote and the Baycats in the bottom of the first inning. But they get on the board on an RBI single by Malik Williams. We've played one. It's Guelph 3, Barrie 1. We're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
2 hits, no errors with 2 left on base.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. With Julius Hern, I'm Ben Davy. We go to the top of the second inning. It's the Royals 3, the Baycats 1. That first inning took exactly a half an hour, as the Royals able to build a 3-0 lead before Barrie got on the board on an RBI single by Malik Williams. Both teams have stranded 2 runners, and Kyle Cush, the number 9 hitter, will lead it off for Guelph here at the top of the second. And line to first base. Malik Williams didn't even have to move, right into the glove, 1 out.
Curious to see if that half inning of rest maybe did some good for Benitez. Hopefully he got some rest on his arm, maybe wrap it a little bit, and get in a better mental headspace for the second inning.
We referenced it earlier, but just because you can get to Juan Benitez in the first inning, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy the rest of the way. I'm sure the Royals are well aware of that. This is a guy who can settle down, get in his groove, and find it, even if you get to him early in a ball game.
And a great mentality to have is every new inning is a clean slate. Nobody's on base behind you. There's no pressure. Just go out there and start it off good.
Fastball looked good, but just off the plate, 3-0.
I think that's the mentality that Benitez has out here right now. Quick first out, that's going to be a lot of momentum.
And it's a strike, 3-1. The key for him will be getting ahead in the count. And that was something we saw in a couple of those key at-bats in the top of the first inning. He would get behind 3-0, and then the guy at the plate knows he's going to see probably a fastball, something right over the heart of the plate. And if it's in the strike zone and you know it's coming, you're able to sit on that and put the ball in play. There's a walk. It's the second walk issued by Benitez so far.
Shortstop, number 2.
And there's one on and one out for Connor Morrow. Guelph Royals coming off a 31-11 season last year. Manager Dino Ramel back for his second year as bench boss since rejoining the franchise a year ago. On the ground and through to left field. Connor Morrow is aboard for the second time tonight. 2 on, 1 out for the Royals, and this is exactly how the top of the first inning started. After getting the first out of the inning,
Center fielder, number 9.
the Royals were able to get 2 men aboard, and that's exactly what they've done here in the second.
And kind of to a T as well, the third hitter of the first inning also put that ball in the exact same spot that Morrow just did right there. Just to the left of the third baseman, Victor Plaz.
It was an error on Plaz that kind of started the Royal rally in that top of the first inning. A throwing error got the Royals' first base runner, and then a walk that followed, so Juan Benitez found himself in a jam early. He's behind J.D. Williams, 2-0. Mentioned that outstanding season Guelph had last year. They finished it in a 3-way tie at the top of the IBL standings when all was said and done. It came down to tiebreakers, and a 31-11 record. 3 teams shared that record at the end of the season. There's a strike, 2-2 now. This year, a bit of a different story. Not the start to the season the Royals had hoped after winning their season opener. They dropped 7 in a row. Ended up 1-7 through their first 8 games this season. Weak fly ball to right. The catch is made by Avery Tuck, 2 down. So a 1-8 start to the season for the Royals. They stopped the skid. They made some improvements, but so far here in July, they're just 5-6. And really just battling to get back at and then above the 500 mark. Try to get a good top half playoff position here when all is said and done.
I remember towards the beginning of the year, we saw their roster on paper, and once the Baycats started playing them for the first couple games, we were baffled.
Center field, Ejo to his left, can't get there, and that one goes all the way to the wall. That'll bring home 2 runs, and rounding second is Malik Collymore. He's into third with a triple. The Royals plate another pair, and it's 5-1 Guelph.
That ball just hung up, but it kept slicing away into that right center field gap, and Ejo just couldn't get there. And it just kept rolling to the fence and allowing Collymore to get into third there with a triple.
And a right-hander now throwing in the Baycat bullpen with this 5-1 Royal lead in the second inning. And we mentioned it earlier, Josh Matlow does not want to get into this bullpen early tonight. Baycats have 3 more games in 3 days following this one this evening. Last thing you want is tired arms going into the Saturday and Sunday games here at home. Pitch from Benitez, high and away. This is Tristan Pompey. He struck out looking in the first inning. One from Benitez. Called strike, and Pompey with some words for Ryan Jackson. He wasn't happy with the strikeout in the first inning. Checked his swing, but it was a called strike on that pitch. 1-2. And now Benitez steps off. Cote will run through the signs again.
It's Christian Mullen warming up in the Barrie Baycats bullpen, but I'm not sure if he's just getting in a bullpen session because he's still recovering from an injury he suffered at the beginning of the year.
Pompey gets that call. That didn't miss by much. It's 2-2. Pompey probably felt like Ryan Jackson owed him one, and he got it. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside and high, and the count is full. Well, when Mullen's healthy, he is a guy that can give you big innings, and especially in relief. He was used that way in his first stint with the Baycats. Suffered an injury, unfortunately, in his first appearance this year. That's ball 4. Pompey tosses the bat away, takes his walk. Runners on the corners for the Royals with 2 out.
Yeah, Mullen was warming up in the bullpen, but he didn't have a jersey on, so I would assume that he's just in there getting in a bullpen session, kind of in his, still in a rehab phase of his recovery. So I guess Josh Matlow sticking with Juan Benitez here through this jam here in the second inning.
th hitter for Benitez in this ball game. We're in the top of the second. Justin Antirisano drove in a run with a single in the first inning. 5-1 Royals. They're looking for more. It's a strike, 1-1.
That was a great pitch. I don't think Antirisano was thinking fastball there. I think he was thinking more of an off-speed pitch on a 1-0 count there. So that fastball blew right by him.
This one hit to right center field. It's deep, but in the park, playable by a sliding Canisijo, makes the catch. That ball hit a long way by Justin Antirisano, but Ijo, moving quickly to his left, is able to grab that one just in the nick of time. The Royals strand 2. They add a pair, and through an inning and a half, it's 5-1 Guelph. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets. About to go, ain't going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Carrington comes in, and the
Hard body, and that's
the score is James Anderson, and the Baycats win.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer!
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie.
Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. This second inning is brought to you by Wingin' It Restaurants, the great taste of adventure.
5-1 Royals. Guelph with 5 hits already through just 2 innings here tonight. Juan Benitez pitch count 50 through 2 innings. Not the start to the game he had hoped for, but he was able to battle through, and now the Baycats will try to get a few of those runs back for him. First pitch swinging, and it's fouled off to the left side. Carson Burns to be followed by Victor Plaz and Avery Tuck here in the bottom of the second inning. Leans away from a fastball in, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Burns was a bit late on that off-speed pitch. Curveball in there from Brandon Deans.
Deans to Burns. Left side, fair ball down the third base line. Burns thinking about 2. He's going to try. And he's in. Stand-up double for Carson Burns. Baycats get their third base runner of this ball game.
Sounded like he might have broken his bat there. Ball right off the end of the bat. going the other way. Not dissimilar to the hit that Malik Williams had in the first inning, going the other way on a high fastball. But that's just what the Baycats needed to lead off this inning.
Victor Plaz committed a costly error that led to some runs for Guelph in the top of the first inning. He'd love to atone for that here at the plate. Rip and a miss, strike one. Deans checks the runner, Burns at second base. Nobody out here. Swing and a miss, strike two. Fourth of six regular season matchups for the Royals and the Baycats. Barrie has won all three heading into tonight. They've beaten the Royals twice, 10-2, and then a much closer 8-7 win in Guelph on June 3rd. Dean's pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Second strikeout for him.
Plaz was late on the fastball throughout that entire at-bat.
Right fielder number 17, Avery Tuck.
Here comes Avery Tuck. Barrie right fielder playing in his 8th game since rejoining the Baycats mid-season. And a called strike. Tuck shakes his head. 0-1.
Some fans might know this, but Avery Tuck and Ryan Rio, former teammates at New Mexico Junior College, and they're also roommates there.
And they really believe it'll be just a matter of time before Tuck catches fire offensively. This one gets away from the catcher. Up to third goes Carson Burns.
That's a tough pass ball for Noah Roberts. As a catcher, you really got to notice when the ball's going to hit the ground, and those low ones are the most important for them to get because easy for the ball to ricochet and go off to the side.
Pitches away, and it's 2-1. Tuck's averaged .238 through 7 games coming into tonight. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Back to the fastball goes Deans. 2-2. Back to the top of the order with Kinesi Joe on deck. One out here in the second. 5-1 Royals. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts for Brandon Deans.
Center fielder number 9.
Joe got things going for the Baycats in the top of the bottom of the first inning with a walk, and he scored the lone Barrie run. They'll try to drive in Carson Burns here with 2 out in the second. These teams are going to see a lot of each other this weekend as the Royals return here on Sunday afternoon, as I mentioned. A 3:05 game. That is a makeup from the July 6th rainout. Busiest weekend for the Baycats so far this season. 4 games in 4 days. 3 of them here at home. Brantford at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. You can catch that one on the road. And then we're back here Saturday afternoon. London at 4:05, Guelph at 3:05. Note the 1 hour time difference in those 2 games this weekend. The Sunday game is an hour earlier than Saturday. Sunday afternoon, not a typical game day here in Barrie, but there have been a couple of them this year, and now another with the rain out earlier against the Royals. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch from Deans. Low, and the count 2-2. Burns led off the inning with a double. Got to third on a pass ball. 2 out now. 2-2 pitch. Inside, and the count is full. Dean's going pretty deep into the pitch count with some of these at-bats here as well. Here's his pitch. Inside and high, and a walk for Canisijo. Second walk of the game for the center fielder, and now Noel McGarry-Doyle will come to the plate.
That was a great at-bat from Canisijo there. He was really making Dean's work for him with his location. I think you could expect that he was going to throw mostly fastballs in that at-bat, which he did. And Ijo was just making him pinpoint his location and ended up working the walk.
Conference on the mound, and they might be asking, what do we do if Canisijo decides to run and swipe second base? Because you got some speed at third as well with Carson Burns. We'll see if Ijo goes here. He is the most dangerous base runner in the lineup for the Baycats. The team-high stolen base total. And he goes. Swing and a miss, and they are going to throw down. And in head first is Ijo, and in to score is Carson Burns. Well, that's exactly what we told you might happen. And a great job by Burns and Ijo to get another run across the plate for Barrie. Usually teams, on the way they notice that play is a possibility, they might try and cut that ball off on the throw to second base, like kind of in between the pitcher's mound and the second base, and they'll throw it right home. But they went through with that attempt to get Ijo out at second. Yeah, I've seen that before, and I actually wondered the same thing, if that's maybe what they would discuss to do in that situation, but Roberts decided to try to throw him out. Ijo stole the base, and Burns was able to cross home plate. And that's what speed can bring to your lineup. Right back up the middle. That's a base hit for Noel McGarry-Doyle. Rounding third is Ijo, and he's in without a throw. And here come the Baycats, now trailing 5-3.
The Baycats all year have been a great team with 2 outs, and that's showing again here, right here in this second inning. Ijo working a walk, and then a great piece of hitting there, going right back up the middle from Noel McGarry-Doyle. Another run scored.
The inning continues with the dangerous Ryan Rio coming to the plate, and all because of that delayed double steal, which Ijo and Burns were able to execute perfectly to get a run and keep the inning going. And Rio hits this to left field. Going back is Hammond. And he makes the catch. Back near the fence. Rio gave that a ride. Hammond saw it all the way. So that does it for the Baycats. But they're able to get a couple more and make it a 5-3 game. We're through 2 at Vintage Throne Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
With one left on.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer!
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Of all else.
Julius Hern with Ben Davy. We go to the third. Royals 5, Baycats 3. Feels like we've had a whole ball game in just 2 innings already here today. Fans seeing a little bit of everything so far. Juan Benitez looks to settle down his pitch count at 50 as he heads into this third and faces the bottom third of the Royal lineup.
Both teams rallying in each of their innings so far and capitalizing on mistakes.
3 runs for the Royals in the top of the first, 2 in the second. Baycats with 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Benitez with a 1-1 count here on number 7 hitter Ethan Hammond. And this one lifted to left field. Noel McGarry Doyle reaches up and he can't come down with it. Goes all the way back to the fence to pick it up. They're going to call it a hit. And into second base goes Ethan Hammond.
Yeah, it looked like McGarry Doyle maybe overran it, but that ball was hanging up a bit more than he probably would have expected. He reached up for it, but went over his head anyway.
No error given on the play. It's a double straight up for Hammond. And Noah Roberts now will bat. Third baseman Kyle Cush on deck. First pitch from Benitez. And he's behind again, 1-0. Benitez in his 3rd season with the Baycats, 31 years old, from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And this one to the gap. It'll drop. And they're going to hold the runner, Hammond, at third. The ball in quickly. Cote takes that on a bounce. Into second on the throw goes Noah Roberts. 2 on for the Royals.
That was actually a smart move to hold the runner, as McGarry Doyle gathered that one fairly quickly, but that throw probably should have been cut off because that allowed Roberts to move up to second base.
Kyle Cush is 0 for 1. Pitch from Benitez. And it's 1-0. Any fans arriving late tonight, we'll be happy to see we're still only in the top of the third. This game almost an hour old. Running throw by the shortstop Carson Burns in time for the out, but in to score is Ethan Hammond. So Cush is retired. Hammond scores, Roberts to third, and the Royals are up 6-3. Brando LaRue 0 for 1 tonight. Fouled off right side. Juan Benitez, along with Jeffrey Nunez and Frank Garces, have formed a formidable pitching staff for the Baycats this season. Lowest team ERA in the IBL heading into tonight by almost a half a run. Little check swing back to Benitez. Looks at third, goes to first in time for the out. Good play by Juan, 2 away.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a very good play by Juan Benitez there, realizing that he had the time to look back the runner, because I believe if he was trying to rush that ball over, that Noah Roberts on third base there might have taken advantage of that and headed for home.
And the pitch on the way, it's a swing and a miss by Connor Morrow. Baycats at one time had 4 Dominican starting pitchers: Benitez, Nunez, Garces, and Emilio Guerrero, who was sent back home after 4 games here in Barrie. Former Guelph Royal, just didn't work out for him here in 2023. Oh, and 2 the count to Connor Morrow. Morrow has reached base twice and scored both times.
Very rarely do you see the first couple hitters in the order up in all three of the first 3 innings.
Yeah, they usually say third time through the order is trouble. Well, we're only in the top of the third. If third time through the order is trouble, that's bad news for Juan Benitez tonight because he's already there. Give him credit, though. He's gotten a couple outs here after the back-to-back doubles. Hammond and Roberts. 0-2 with 2 out. Here's the pitch. And it's missing low and away. And the count is 1-2.
Well, he's definitely limited the hard contact compared to the first inning. Softer ground balls throughout the second and third innings to get those outs.
One, two, shallow center field. Ejo over, makes the catch. The Royals strand a runner, and they score to bring their lead back to 3 through 2.5 innings. It's Guelph 6, Barrie 3. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats! VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand. 2 out, runners lead. There they go. Here's the pitch. This one rocked to right field.
Want to come to a Baycats game? Check out our tickets at barriebaycats.com.
Score at least 2. Tuck is in to score. Rio behind him. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. Bottom of the third inning, the Barrie Baycats come to bat trailing by 3 with Julius Hern. I'm Ben Davy here at Vintage Throne Stadium.
This third inning brought to you by Phaetrim, aluminum and siding, quality above all else.
That's the voice of 8-year-old Zach Facey, our junior Baycats public address announcer here for Rob Daniels in this bottom of the third inning. And a lot of fun having Zach up here in the announcer's booth. I learned, I've never met Zach prior to tonight, but I learned that I worked with his dad, John Facey, who used to be on air at B101. This one down the right field line, and it's foul. So that's kind of cool. I guess John's here somewhere tonight. I'll have to look around for him between innings, see if I can find him, but if Zach ever decides to follow in his dad's footsteps, this is a pretty good place to start, on the mic at Vintage Throne Stadium. Get those announcing chops at a young age. High fly ball, center field. And that's an easy catch for J.D. Williams. You know, you're not even close to this age, Julius, but you will start feeling old once you start saying, I worked with your dad. And I find I've been saying that more and more lately.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. But you'll get there.
Yeah.
20 years from now. You know. Adam Odd comes to the plate. Anyone in your family work in radio or media at all, or
No.
are you kind of a trailblazer in your family?
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah. Me as well. A lot of loud people in my family, but nobody ever did radio or media. Some of them probably could have.
I'm just putting my loud mouth to good use as best I can.
May as well. We're all good at something. 1-1 the count to Adam Odd. Fouls it back to the screen.
Outfield shifted again towards right field, just like they were the first time Adam Odd was up. Large gap in left center field.
Deans with the delivery. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Adam Odd tonight, both swinging. 2-0. Zach showing some good energy in the broadcast booth here, announcing Josh Cote. Let's see if we can get some base runners for him. Drag this inning out a little bit. Always love it when we have the junior Baycat announcer on the mic and Baycats are able to, bat through the order or keep that youngster on the mic as long as possible, especially when he's doing a great job, as Zach
Absolutely.
is. One-0 pitch, and this one lined to left field, and that'll drop for a base hit. Cote running hard. He's thinking double all the way. And he's in with a slide. Good throw from Ethan Hammond, but not in time. Josh Cote reaches base for the first time tonight. Carson Burns now.
I think on that hit there by Cote, he realized right out of the box that Hammond was playing pretty close to the line and had a good shot at a good throw at second base, so he was busting it right out of the box.
First pitch high and away to Carson Burns. Burns doubled and scored the Baycats' second run of the night in the bottom of the second inning. Victor Plaz on deck, hopeful for an at-bat. 6-3 Royals. Deans checks the runner. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off right side. Well, the sun has gone down. It's turned into a pretty comfortable night here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Still warm and a little on the sticky side, but nowhere near the intense heat that we had earlier in the day. Game time temperature at 25 degrees, 31 with the Humidex. That's eased off considerably since our first pitch. Still no wind, but a very muggy night. Pitch outside and count 2-1.
Pretty cliche to say, but it's not the heat, it's the humidity. You know what I mean?
It's interesting because sometimes you see the ball carry in muggy conditions like these, and other times the humidity can really put a drag on the ball. Here's the 2-1, outside and high. The count 3-1 to Carson Burns. Conventional thinking is that in cooler, drier air, i.e. Coors Field in Colorado, that's where the ball really seems to carry, and muggier conditions not so much. But
That's also the same for the speed of sound. In cooler temperatures, it's just a bit faster.
fouled off right side. Count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, we have had some muggy nights here at the ballpark where there have been a lot of home runs, so never assume that the humidity is going to be a factor in terms of keeping the ball in the park.
Around this area in the last couple days, you could even see the haze from all the humidity kind of on the horizon.
Yeah, we've had haze, we've had smoke a couple of weeks ago. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch coming up here from Brandon Deans. Checks the runner. Here's the delivery. And that one is hit to center field, going back, and making the catch is J.D. Williams. He got a great read on that ball and was able to make the grab. Baycats unable to score in the third. We played 6-3 Royals. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. Premier North Windows and Doors is a proud supporter of the Barrie Baycats, locally owned and operated, and specializing in window replacement and door installation. Simcoe County's #1 choice for windows and doors. Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers and go Baycats!
Hi, I'm Debbie Wilkes, owner of Insightful Living and licensed provider of Brain Echo Technology, which aims to calm and balance the brain. If any of these troublesome things are troubling you, then I'm talking to the appropriate person now.
J.D. Williams, who made that great catch to end the bottom of the third inning, is going to lead it off here for the Royals. Malik Collymore and Tristan Pompey to follow. 6-3 Guelph.
For the Royals, center fielder number 9, J.D. Williams.
J.D. Williams, a former Cincinnati Reds prospect. Got as high as A-ball in 2018.
Speaking of the Cincinnati Reds, what do you think of Ellie De La Cruz?
He is electric. So fun to watch.
I mean, you can only imagine what he's going to be like as he continues to gain experience at the big league level.
The Reds have a lot of young guys, like not like Ellie De La Cruz has been, but like, you know, Matt McLean's had a great years. He's a rookie. A lot of prospects coming up.
He made one play so far off the bag at third base, it just looked absolutely impossible, and an absolute cannon for an arm.
Yeah, he's had upper 90s throws on the infield this year.
There's a walk for J.D. Williams.
I don't know if you saw this. I believe it was over the weekend. So it was the first inning in Milwaukee, and he hit a ball to deep left field, and it was robbed for a home run. And then the next time he was up, on the scoreboard they put up like kind of like on the player info box, said almost like hit a home run in the first inning, and then he hit a home run in that at bat.
Yeah, that's a great story. I saw that, and these scoreboard operators got to watch it. At first I thought it was just people having fun, you know, on TikTok or whatever, but apparently some of these scoreboard operators are, you know, turning into wise guys, and yeah, I don't think it's going to continue much longer, to be honest with you, with stuff like that happening. This one caught by the right fielder, and the throw in for the double play. They're going to go to second as well, just to make sure. I didn't see a signal from either umpire there, but clearly they got the runner, J.D. Williams.
The third base umpire came over and made that call. I don't think the first base umpire, Preston Hughes, had a great look at it, but third base umpire made the call. That's a great double play for the Baycats. Great heads-up play from Avery Tuck there to notice the runner so far off the bag.
J.D. Williams way too aggressive. He got halfway between first and second, and Tuck had all kinds of time to throw him out. And there's a called strike to Tristan Pompey, so a double play for the Baycats. Let's see what Benitez can do with that. There's been a few stadiums around Major League Baseball where these scoreboard operators are putting some sarcastic and witty comments up there, I've noticed. And fun for the fans, I guess, but not so much fun when it ends up backfiring on you.
Exactly.
As was the case in Milwaukee. Swing and a miss. Great job by Juan Benitez as he gets the strikeout after the double play, following the walk to J.D. Williams to start the inning off. So that'll do it for Guelph in the top of the fourth inning. It's 6-3 Royals through 3.5. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
It's the bottom of the fourth inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium, and it's brought to you by Clarkson Bins and Junk Removal, the local source for simple, clean, and reliable disposal bin rental and junk removal services.
First of 4 games this weekend for the Barrie Baycats. A lot of baseball, so come on out here to the ballpark, especially if you haven't been to a Baycat game yet this year. You'll get 2 chances this weekend. You'll get a 4 o'clock game against London here on Saturday afternoon, and then Guelph right back here on Sunday at 3. So the Royals with 2 visits to Vintage Throne Stadium this weekend. And still looking for their first win of the season against Barrie. The Baycats a perfect 3-0 against the Royals. Fouled away to the right side. This is Victor Plaz, who struck out in the second inning. Fouled back to the screen. Both these pitchers settling down nicely after 9 runs combined through the first 2.5 innings here tonight. Now we're in the bottom of the fourth, still 6-3. And that one hits Plaz. Leadoff man aboard for the Baycats, and the number 9 hitter, Avery Tuck, comes to the plate.
Right fielder number 17.
I was a bit scared there from Victor Plaz. You never want to see a guy hit by a pitch, especially when it's high up like that. It looked like he got him in the shoulder. It was an off-speed pitch too, so probably wasn't expected to get up that high.
Third time tonight that the Baycats have had the leadoff man aboard. Two teams the Baycats have perfect records against so far this season. The Guelph Royals, as we mentioned, the other, the Toronto Maple Leafs. And that's got to be a psychological asset for Barrie, as Toronto's really had their number in the playoffs the last 2 seasons, eliminating the Baycats from the first round of the postseason last year and the second round 2 years ago. Two 2-0 the count to Avery Tuck. Pitch on the way. Swing, and he fouls it off into the glove. 2-2. Or 2-1, excuse me. Joe, the leadoff man, is on deck. Brandon Deans with the delivery. Foul back, and now it's 2-2.
Yuki Narita warming up in the Guelph Royals bullpen.
Well, that's interesting because he's been used primarily as a starter this season. And Dean's out of the bullpen, but Dean's getting the start tonight, so a little bit of role reversal for those two perhaps this evening. Narita has made 6 starts for the Royals this season. Dean's tonight making his first start after 10 relief appearances for Guelph. It'll be interesting to see how long they keep him in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch to Tuck. And it's a foul into the glove for the strike 3.
You know, Tuck put together some good swings in that at bat, but just couldn't line a swing up. He was over top of most of the off-speed pitches on that in that at bat.
Five strikeouts for Brandon Deans tonight. That brings his season total to 32, just 9 walks. He's keeping that going along at a nice pace here this evening.
I'd like to see what Ejo does here. He's walked each of his first 2 times up in this game against Deans. He wasn't swinging that much in either of those at-bats. He was taking all the way for the most part.
2 walks, 2 runs scored. Swing and a miss. Royals off tomorrow. They get Hamilton at home Saturday night at Hastings. 7:30 first pitch. Then, as we mentioned, back here in Barrie Sunday afternoon. This one, gloved by the second baseman, LaRue. Nice play. Throws to first. In time for the out. So Ejo retired 4-3. Plaz gets to second. And here's Noel McGarry Doyle. We mentioned the 8-7 Baycat win in Guelph on June 3rd. Guelph led that game 7-6 going into the top of the 9th. And it was this man, Noel McGarry Doyle, who hit a 2-run homer to put Barrie up 8-7. Brandon Hillier worked a perfect 9th inning for the save. And the Baycats 3-0 against the Royals so far this season.
Chris Cox is warming in the Barrie bullpen.
Pitch from Deans. Left field. Ethan Hammond, couple steps back, and he makes the catch. Baycats strand a runner in the 4th. We've played 4. It's the Royals 6, the Baycats 3. We're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
For the Baycats in the 4th, no runs, no hits, no errors, with 1 left on base.
I'm going to run to the bathroom.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go 8 going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Carrington comes in, and the
Hard body, and
and the score is James Anderson, and the Baycats win.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer!
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie.
Welcome back to Vintage Throne Stadium. It's the top of the 5th inning. Julius Hern along with Ben Davy. If you're just joining us, the Guelph Royals got up to a hot start offensively. 3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the third. And then a 1-2-3 inning by Juan Benitez to sit them down in the 4th. The Baycats responding with 1 run in the first, 2 in the second, and then leaving a runner on in each of the 3rd and 4th innings. Leading off here for the Royals is Justin Interessano, the first baseman. First pitch of the inning is low for ball 1. One defensive change to note, Kyle Maves is in for Victor Plaz. He's at second base. Adam Odd moves over to third base. That one's in there for strike 1. That one's shot through the middle for a base hit. And Interessano leads off the inning with a single.
Left fielder number 28, Ethan Hammond.
Not sure we would have thought that Juan Benitez would have gotten to this point. We're in the 5th inning. After those first 2 innings, allowing 5 runs, he's managed to work efficiently. First pitch to Hammond is low for ball 1. On the ground to second, it could be 2. Maves to Burns. On to first for a double play. 4-6-3, a tailor-made double play. And that's just what Juan Benitez needed. 2 down.
Catcher number 22, Noah Roberts.
Clear base paths here now, and Noah Roberts trying to keep the inning alive here for the Royals. Benitez hoping for another 1-2-3 inning after another double play helped him out in the 4th inning. On the ground to first, a nice snag there from Malik Williams. Takes it to the bag himself, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Baycats defensively as we head to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer!
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Welcome back. It's the bottom of the fifth inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. 6-3, the Guelph Royals over the Barrie Baycats. This fifth inning is brought to you by Ital Paving. For all your residential, commercial, and industrial paving needs, providing quality service for almost 40 years because you deserve the best. Ryan Rio, Malik Williams, and Adam Ond. 3, 4, 5 in the Barrie lineup to start off this bottom of the fifth inning. First pitch to Rio is swung on and missed. He had a single in the first and then lined out to left field in the second inning. That one low to even up the count at 1-1.
We have a really nice group of Guelph Royals fans here tonight, probably 15 or 20 of them. I was just down chatting with them a few moments ago, sitting above the Royal dugout, third base side, making the trip here to Vintage Throne Stadium, and always love seeing visiting fans from around the IBL come and enjoy some baseball here in Barrie.
That one way high and outside to the backstop.
Royals fans always travel well with their team. Always see quite a few Brantford fans here as well when they come up.
On the ground to second. Nice play there from Brendel LaRue. And easy first out. You know, always love seeing the visiting fans come up here to Vintage Throne Stadium.
First baseman number 29, Melly Julius.
Of course, the IBL ballpark where you're most likely to find a good number of Barrie Baycat fans on the road seems to be Christie Pitts in Toronto. A lot of Baycat fans love to hop on the subway and make that trip down to Christie Station and watch the Baycats play their arch rival Maple Leafs. Fun place to watch some games. We don't see too many Toronto fans come up this way, but every once in a while a few do.
Malik Williams down 0-1 to start his at-bat. Singled in the first, flew out to center in the third. Now down 0-2. That's popped up. Shallow right field. This is going to be trouble. They can't see it. And it's going to fall into right field. Nobody could see that ball in the twilight. And Malik Williams will get on with a single.
Well, it's a clear sky. The lighting is a little bit tricky at this hour. It's just a little bit after 9 o'clock, so it's not completely dark just yet. But
baseman number 26.
Tristan Pompey had no clue where that ball was right off the bat. He was asking for help, and the ball landed well out of his reach in front of him.
This is probably the most difficult time of day in terms of, just after sunset to find the ball off the bat. Adam Odd lines it in the left center field gap, and it's going to get down into the wall. Extra bases for Adam Odd. Williams is going to round. He's going to head home. The throw home at the plate, and he is out. Fantastic relay from left field, and Malik Williams gunned down at the plate on the Adam Odd double.
Boy, Williams was coming hard around third base with a full head of steam, but that throw beat him by a pretty good margin. Williams kind of threw the forearm up to sort of brace himself for any potential collision with Noah Roberts there, but a great job by the Royal catcher.
Well, it looked like he was going to hold up at third, and he hesitated a little bit to keep his momentum going, and I think that might have been a good cause of what prevented him from scoring there. But now Josh Cote coming up. He doubled his last time up. First pitch in there for a strike.
And it is officially mosquito season here in Midhurst at the ballpark, so fans will be putting the bug spray on here. This is the earliest the bugs have been out this year, just after 9 o'clock, and already starting to get bit a little bit up here.
Popped up foul. And out of play.
They used to hand out cans of bug spray here at Vintage Throne Stadium years and years ago.
Yeah, we hadn't had a problem with them this year, but right around now is when they're going to start coming out.
Bring your own bug spray, and if you're visiting from another IBL city and you're coming to Barrie anytime mid-July or so, evening games, they're going to be out and they're going to be a-biting.
That one's foul down the right field line out of play. Especially with all the humidity. They tend to come out much more when the air is moist.
Yeah, there's no wind tonight to keep them away either, so sometimes you can get lucky if it's cool, dry, windy, or any combination of those three, but tonight, perfect mosquito conditions. Warm, muggy, no wind.
Brandon Deans calls time. He's going to get a mound visit here for Noah Roberts.
Should make a travel checklist of things to bring to each IBL ballpark. And here in Barrie, it would be mosquito repellent, of course. Christie Pitts in Toronto, you'd want a blanket,
yes,
right? Something to sit on that grassy hill. But you could probably make a list like that for, something for every stadium that would just come in handy to have with you.
That's a great idea. 0-2, 2 out. Josh Cote up. Pitch from Deans. High for ball one.
Brantford would be the sunglasses because the sun sets in dead center field at Arnold Anderson Stadium. So if you're sitting behind home plate, especially for an afternoon game, that's an odd configuration, not configuration, but a direction where the ballpark is facing.
One, two, high again. That'll even up the count at 2-2.
Usually you want the sun setting behind home plate, but that's not the case in Brantford for whatever reason.
Adam Odd's getting a pretty good lead on second base. No hold on him. 2-2 pitch. High again, that'll make the count full. So full count here to Josh Cote with 2 out. No real shift in the Royals defense. Everyone playing straight away at their position. Big pitch here from Brandon Deans. Foul to the screen. There is activity in the Royals bullpen.
Really good at bat here by Josh Cote. He does not want to let Brandon Deans beat him on the corners of the plate. Fouling him off to stay alive here and keep this count full. Runner at second base.
Another full count pitch to Josh Cote. High, and he works the walk after being down 0-2. Now 2 runners are on here for Carson Burns, who's been hitting the ball very hard today.
Great at bat by Cote. That sequence of pitches just never seemed to end. Cote kept fouling him off to stay alive, and as you mentioned, battling back from 0-2. That's something we've seen Josh Cote do so beautifully this season. And in this case, very important to keep this inning alive with a runner in scoring position. Still early in the game, but those are important base runners out there now for Carson Burns.
Burns doubled and scored in the second inning, and then had a hard line out to center in the third inning. Burns flies it into right field. Settling under it is Pompey, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. Baycats threatened, but they couldn't put one across. 6-3 Royals after the 5th. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats! VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand. 2-2 out, runners lead. There they go. Here's the pitch. This one rocked to right field.
Want to come to a Baycats game? Check out our tickets at barriebaycats.com.
Score at least 2. Tuck is in to score. Rio behind him. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
It's the top of the 6th there at Vintage Throne Stadium. The Guelph Royals lead the Barrie Baycats by a score of 6-3. Kyle Cush, Brandon LaRue, and Connor Morrow to start off the 6th inning here for the Royals. 9-1-2 in their lineup. And Juan Benitez back out there. Despite struggling to start the game, he's had a great couple last innings. 1, 2, 3 in both the 4th and the 5th, facing the minimum in those 2 innings. First pitch to Cush. He shows bunt but pulls it back. And the pitch is low for ball 1.
And one thing Josh Matlow has done on more than one occasion this season is show a lot of confidence in Juan Benitez in the middle innings. After getting in trouble early, once he settles down, oftentimes he can get a nice rhythm going, and that seems to be the case here, keeping the Royals off the board the last 2 frames.
On the ground the second, Maves with a tough hop, gets it on a hop on the first, for the first out of the inning.
Maves on as a defensive replacement for Adam Odd, who moved over to third to take over for Victor Plaz. And you're right, a little bit of a tricky hop there. Could have easily seen that one maybe getting up a little high over the glove, but he didn't panic and kept himself centered to the ball. Was able to adjust to that tricky hop and gloved it cleanly.
I think the mentality here for Benitez going forward is realizing that you don't have to strike everyone out. Limit your pitch count, have your defense help you out behind you. His first pitch to LaRue is inside for ball 1.
Well, that's a good point, and he has just 1 strikeout since the 3rd inning. Actually, since you go all the way back to the 1st inning. He struck out 2 in the 1st, and then has struck out just once since that 1st inning. So really pitching to contact here, letting the Royals put the ball in play. Got a big double play to help the cause in the 5th.
Popped up on the infield. Everyone converging towards the pitcher's mound, but Malik Williams will call him off and make the play. 2 down.
Well, that's usually a play where you see the pitcher be the quarterback and, help everybody out there, direct traffic, but Benitez just decided to get the heck out of Dodge. He just said, I'm not catching this. It's going to be one of you guys. He just made a beeline for first base. And it was Josh Cote there that kind of, I think, was able to sort out that convergence of infielders.
Usually the pitcher will get out of the way in that situation for 2 reasons. One, you're coming off the mound, which can be tricky if you're not watching your feet coming off the mound. And 2, in that situation, he has to move back on the ball. Everyone else is moving forward on the ball. It's easier for his surrounding infielders to go in rather than for him to go back. First pitch is jammed out in the right field by Connor Morrow. Avery Tuck makes the catch to end the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Benitez. Fantastic last 3 innings. We go on to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Premier North Windows and Doors is a proud supporter of the Barrie Baycats, locally owned and operated, and specializing in window replacement and door installation. Simcoe County's #1 choice for windows and doors. Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats!
Hi, I'm Debbie Wilkes, owner of Insightful Living and licensed provider of Brain Echo Technology, which aims to calm and balance the brain. If any of these troublesome things are troubling you, then I'm talking to the appropriate person now.
Bottom of the 6th inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium, 6-3 Royals. This 6th inning is brought to you by Vintage Throne Barber Lounge. Experience the tradition of quality service in a relaxed environment. Redefining gentlemen in the heart of Barrie.
Well, we have some pitch count totals for you here as Brandon Deans comes out to work the 6th inning. He has thrown 93 pitches tonight, and his pitch count surprisingly higher than Juan Benitez, who threw 50 pitches through 2 innings tonight. Benitez pitch count at 86.
Kyle Maves bunts it down the third baseline. That's a great bunt. Third baseman was playing back, and Maves is on with a bunt single to lead off the 6th.
There is no way you could draw up a bunt any more perfect than that. Kyle Maves put that in the perfect spot.
The right fielder, number 17, Avery Tuck.
The surprise bunt for a base hit is probably my favorite play in baseball.
Especially to lead off an inning.
Exactly. Players who can place a bunt like that are extremely valuable to a team as Avery Tuck steps in.
Well, Kyle Maves obviously one of the few in this league that can do it well.
First pitch to Tuck, sees it in there for a strike.
Been a frustrating night for Tuck with a couple of strikeouts and really struggling to find his rhythm at the plate since rejoining the Baycats. And they know it's just a matter of time before he gets going, but he really needs a big hit in a big situation.
5-tool talent, we just haven't seen his best work so far yet this year. That one's low and in for ball one. Kenise Ejo, the leadoff hitter, on deck. Foul to the screen by Tuck, now 1-2.
Maves with 3 steals this season, but he's also been caught 3 times. The only Baycat that has been caught as many times as he's been successful stealing bags.
One-two pitch here to Avery Tuck. Now it's high and away, evens up the count at 2-2. Foul out of play again for Avery Tuck. Maves with a modest lead off first. He's being held on. Tuck swings and misses. Third strikeout of the game for him. That's the first out of the inning.
Center fielder number 9, Kenise Ejo.
Did I get a mound visit here? Looks like this might be the end of the line here for Brandon Deans. It's Dino Ramel. Looks like he's going to take the ball from his starting pitcher. And that'll be it for Brandon Deans. Deans with a strong outing so far. He comes out of this game in line for the win. So we're going to see some relief here for the Guelph Royals. 1 out here in the 6th inning. We'll take a break as there's a pitching change. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. Welcome back to Vintage Throne Stadium. It's 6-3 Royals. Kyle Thomas coming into the game for the Guelph starter Brandon Deans, who finished with exactly 100 pitches over his 5 1/3 innings. Kyle Thomas, former Detroit Tigers prospect. This will be his 6th appearance of the year. 3 of them are starts. He comes in with an 0-4 record, losses in each of his last 4 appearances. 17 1/3 innings pitched so far this season, 12 strikeouts to 4 walks. And he comes in facing the top of the Baycats order, Kenise Ejo up. And that first pitch in there for a strike.
Dean's in line for what would be his 2nd win of the season, 1-0 record coming into today. And Dino Ramel, a manager who's not afraid to use his starters out of the bullpen and his bullpen arms as starters.
Swing and a miss by Ejo. And now he's down 0-2. Ejo 0 for 1, but walked and scored twice, both in the first and second innings, respectively.
For Deans, it was his first start of the season tonight after 10 relief appearances, and Thomas has been used as a starter 3 times in his 5 appearances. Tonight, out of the bullpen.
On the ground, shallow infield, the third baseman charging, and he can't pick the ball up. I bet that's going to go down as an infield hit with that speed from Kenise Ejo. 2 men on now with 1 out here in the 6th inning. Now Ryan Rio stepping in. Excuse me, Noel McGarry Doyle. Ryan Rio on deck.
Kyle Maves was off with that pitch as well to stay out of the double play, and you just love to see execution like that. As it turned out, the Royals were unable to make the play at first to get Ejo, but good job by Maves to get down to second base.
Gary Doyle sees the first pitch for a strike. He's 1 for 3 so far tonight. He had a single, an RBI single in the 2nd inning.
I was definitely outside. That was way outside. There's a lot of bad callers, you know.
That one high for ball 1.
It happens, unfortunately.
1-1 to Noel McGarry Doyle. Kyle Thomas, a former prospect in the Detroit Tigers organization, got as high as low A ball in 2019.
You want to call it, you called the wrong thing. It's like, crap. Too late.
1-2 now on McGarry Doyle. Don't think he liked that call.
Generous strike zone by Ryan Jackson tonight. It has definitely been he's been a pitcher's umpire, and he has been that way both ways. Much to the chagrin of Barrie fans in this half inning.
That one outside, evens up the count at 2-2.
You can imagine how high the pitch counts would have been for Deans and Benitez if we had an umpire who was pinching the corners on the strike zone tonight.
Double barrel action in the Barrie Baycats bullpen. Chris Cox and Brandon Hillier both warming up. Could mean the end of the night for Juan Benitez going into the 7th. 2-2 pitch. Oh, McGarry Doyle did not like that call. He thought it was inside, but it's a called 3rd strike. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning.
Well, the message loud and clear to both of these teams has to be swing the bat, because they're not getting any help from ballplate umpire Ryan Jackson tonight. Anything close, and it's getting called. And McGarry Doyle thought that one might have been inside. He backed away from it a little bit to try to sell that call, but was unable to do so.
In steps Ryan Rio, 1 for 3 so far tonight. Singled in the 1st inning. Having a fantastic year, hitting the ball hard. Goes the other way quite a bit. And that one's high for him. Almost checked his swing, but he pulled it back. Plenty of speed on the base pass here for the Baycats. Maves on second, Ejo on first. The 1-0 to Rio. Fouls it off out of play.
Baycats had 8 hitters in the lineup last year who hit 300 or better. Ryan Rio was one of them, finishing the season with a 304 average and even stronger numbers this year in 2023 as he comes to the plate tonight, hitting 363 through 22 games. 8 home runs, 33 RBIs. Pretty good numbers.
1-1. Just outside, now 2-1. That was a great take there from Ryan Rio. Broken bat on the ground to second base. LaRue on to first to get the third out of the inning. The Baycats threaten, but again, they can't bring the one across. They still trail the Guelph Royals 6-3. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. Seventh inning, I'm Ben Davy along with Julius Hern. It's the Royals 6, the Baycats 3. We've been stuck at 6-3 since the third inning. Both pitchers settling down nicely, including Juan Benitez, who had a shaky start tonight, allowing 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, but settled down really nicely after that. And he'll surrender the ball and the game to reliever Chris Cox.
Chris Cox making his 4th appearance on the year. Comes in with an 0-run record, a 10.12 ERA through his 3 appearances, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts to 1 walk. Former product of Canisius College. Former Blue Jays draft pick as well.
Cox is going to step off. You need some help from Cote. Wants him to run through the signs again. Called strike to J.D. Williams. Pitch from Cox, and it's fouled away. Well, fans enjoy hearing the walk-up songs for the Baycats, and the pitchers have entrance songs as well. And Thank you, Julius, for helping me out on the song that Chris Cox came into. I was really enjoying it. Nice funky groove. Fly As Me, you said the title of that one is.
Yes.
It's, obviously, I'm not that fly because I didn't know what the name of the song was, but kind of a Bruno Mars sort of sound to it, old school.
Yep. It's Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak
Oh,
duo.
okay. Oh, so it was Bruno Mars.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's why it sounded like him. See, that I was able to identify. Called strike 3. Cox gets J.D. Williams 1 down in the 7th.
That's a great start to the outing from Chris Cox. It's great to see it. First out of the way to start your inning.
Designated hitter number 35, Malik.
Takes pressure off a little bit of a pitcher. If you're letting your leadoff hitter get on, you know you're in for a battle throughout the rest of the inning.
Cox could really use some good innings. He's just pitched 2 2/3 out of the bullpen for Josh Matlow so far this season, and some quick outs and clean innings could help lower that ERA. It's 10.12 coming into tonight. Those are 2023 numbers.
That was a well-placed curveball there to start off Collymore.
Sometimes the curveball is the way to go on the first pitch. That one rides right in on Collymore and plunks him.
I said that one got him in the ribs, more towards like the middle of his stomach, but it seems to be okay.
Right fielder number 17, Tristan Pompey.
Tristan Pompey tonight, 0 for 2 with a walk. The runner at first, 1 out, top of the 7th, runner goes. Pitch is high and away, head first slide, in safely with the stolen bases, Malik Collymore. That was almost a pitch out, which you don't see a lot of pitch outs in the IBL, but in that case, that pitch high and away, it almost looked like perhaps they had an idea that he'd be going.
Yeah, it took Cote a little bit too long to get the ball out of his hand there. Usually when you're in that situation, you kind of want to start your throwing motion as you're getting up to give yourself the extra momentum with the power of your legs as you're getting up.
Called strike. Pompey shaking his head again. He really is struggling to figure out this strike zone tonight.
It seems to have been more of an issue of the last couple innings.
Cox steps off, runner goes back. Well, there have been calls that Pompey has disagreed with in all 3 of his previous at-bats tonight, including the walk that he drew in the 2nd. 2-1 the count to him here. Cox checks the runner, looks over again. Here's the delivery. And this one lifted to center field. Running over is Kinesijo. It'll stay in the park. He makes the catch. Runner tags. Throw is cut off. So a sac fly for Tristan Pompey. Gets the runner to third, but now 2 out in the inning. And here comes Justin and Terrazano.
That's a heads-up play there from Collymore, realizing how deep Kinesijo was to get that ball.
First baseman number 24,
he didn't have the best angle on his
Justin
throw, but
Terrazano.
the speed of Collymore, he was in there pretty easily.
Royals have not scored since the 3rd inning. They lead 6-3. They'd love to tack on some insurance here in the 7th. Runner 90 feet away, and first pitch swinging, and Terrazano, he pops it up. Cox runs out of the way. It'll be the 3rd baseman making the catch. Adam on. And that'll do it for the Royals. 7th inning stretch here at Vintage Throne Stadium with the Royals leading by 3. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
The Royals in the 7th, no runs, no hits.
We be disturbing serving a piece. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ain't going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Carrington comes in, and the
Hard body, and not
the score is James Anderson, and the Baycats win.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer!
At Domino's, mix and match any 2 or more pizzas and sides for just $8.99 each. Like when pizza night's more like pizza and lava cakes night, or pasta and stuffed cheesy bread night, or we're gonna need a bigger table night. Mix and match Canada's favorite pizza and more at Domino's.
Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie. Here come the Baycats as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Barrie with some work to do, down by 3. Malik Williams, Adamad, Josh Cote due up for Barrie here in the 7th.
This 7th inning is brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
Kyle Thomas out for his 2nd inning of work. A little wild on that first offering to Williams. Baycat fans happy to have Malik Williams back for a 2nd tour of duty. 2 for 4, Barrie's last game against the Kitchener Panthers. A 4-3 extra innings win. Williams with the game-winning RBI in that game. Baycats have not played since. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike. Tonight, Williams 2 for 3, drove in the Baycats' first run in the first. Singled, but was thrown out trying to score at home plate in the 5th inning. Here's the pitch, and he fights off a high and inside fastball, fouling it off to the left side.
Worth mentioning again that those high pitches are extremely difficult to lay off. Because those pitches are so close to your eyes, the ball just looks bigger and easier to hit, but that's not the case.
On the 3rd strike, Williams is going to run down the line and a high throw. But coming down with it was the first baseman, Justin Interazano. Good play by Noah Roberts to get over and get that ball.
Williams again proving my point. He offered again at that high fastball. And your bat speed really suffers when you're trying to bring your hands higher. Just makes the ball even harder to make contact with.
Adam Odd comes to the plate, one of several Baycats who could be considered the team's most valuable player this season. Odd hits that one between 2nd and short into center field for a base hit. And he continues his torrid pace at the plate, hitting .387 coming into today. 2 for 4 here tonight against the Royals.
The catcher, number 5, Josh Cote.
Josh Cote comes to the plate now for the Baycats.
Another great piece of hitting there from Adam Ott. He's been hitting the ball hard. Great contact today. He had a double earlier in the ball game. And so did the man who's up right now, Josh Cote.
Cote tonight has reached base twice, a double and a walk. Kyle Thomas will work with nobody out and a man on, or one out, excuse me, and a man on. And it's popped over the screen, foul. Strike one. One out in the inning. Cote 1 for 2 tonight. We talk about Adam Odd being one of the Baycats MVPs this season. We've seen some outstanding talent around the IBL with various ball clubs, and we're just a few games into the second half now of this 2023 campaign. And I wanted to ask you, Julius, who has stood out to you as you look around the league and see some of the outstanding players who might be considered for MVP honors this year?
Yeah, someone who really stands out to me is Raul Gonzalez, shortstop for the Kitchener Panthers. And he's put up some great power numbers, great batting average numbers. He's been hitting well over 400 throughout the season, and he's hit the Baycats really well each time the Baycats have played the Panthers. And not to mention, he's been playing great defense at shortstop as well this year.
36-year-old Cuban in his first year in the IBL and definitely turning some heads, as you mentioned. And Baycat fans probably wouldn't disagree with that choice because, as you mentioned, Raul Gonzalez has been a Baycat killer. I checked back the 4 games that he has played against them this year. 8 for 18, 3 homers, including one here, I guess, on Saturday, and 9 RBIs over those 4 games. So he's a good choice for sure. So certainly wouldn't put up any argument there. 1-2 is the count here to Josh Cote. Thomas's pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 out in the inning, 2 strikeouts for Kyle Thomas. I was looking at James Smyber, the Welland Jackfish as well. 27-year-old shortstops, play third base as well. And his second year in the league, I wasn't sure that he could push the ceiling much higher than his year last season at the plate when he hit 340. But you look at him here in 2023, he's got a 400 batting average. Third best at the moment, and he's also tied for second in RBIs with 36. A big part of that Welland Jackfish offense that has them comfortably on the top of the standings in the IBL. Carson Burns fouls off the first pitch. I also like Matthew Fabian of the Brantford Red Sox, and despite that team's struggles this season, just 6 wins. It's been a dreadful year for the Red Sox. 6 wins, 24 losses, but in those 6 games that Brantford won, I went back and checked, and Fabian has gone 13 for 25 in those 6 games. 10 runs scored. 2 of those 6 wins were by 2 runs or less. So we're talking about players that are the most valuable to their team. You probably could make the case that the Red Sox don't have at least 2 of those wins without Matthew Fabian in the lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. And, really tough to see Brantford, not putting up the totals that they'd like to, but much better compared to last season, of course. But not to discount, Matthew Fabian has been incredible this year for that team.
Runner goes, pitches a ball, the throw down, and it's a stolen base. Adam Odd is in safely with 2 out. Count 0-2 to Carson Burns. Actually, I think it's 1-2. Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I have to imagine if that throw came in on the other side of the bag where Odd was sliding into, he would probably be out, but he's pretty grateful for that throw being a little bit offline.
Gutsy move with 2 out when you're down by 3 runs. Fouled away, and the at-bat for Carson Burns continues. Fabian hitting .442 just to close off that thought. And another guy I like, an honorable mention, Blake Jacklin of the Kitchener Panthers. Leads the IBL in total runs scored, 14 steals. You're not going to find him very high in the other offensive powerhouse categories, but I really like what he brings to the Panthers lineup at the plate, both on the bases and in the outfield. Swing and a miss by Burns, and that will do it. So the Baycats are done. 3 strikeouts for Kyle Thomas, and they strand a runner at second base. We go to the top of the 8th. Royals on top, 6-3 here at Vintage Throne Stadium in Midhurst.
For the Baycats in the 7th.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer!
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Brought to you by Expedia.
With Julius Hern, I'm Ben Davy. We go to the 8th inning, and the Guelph Royals on top of the Baycats 6-3. We've been sitting at that score since the middle of the 3rd inning. And the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Baycats will be Brandon Hillier.
Left fielder number 28.
Brandon Hillier making his 12th appearance of the year, coming in with a 2-1 record, 6.51 ERA, 2 saves through 9 2/3 innings, 10 strikeouts to 5 walks over those 11 appearances.
And it's Ethan Hammond, Noah Roberts, and Kyle Cush, the bottom third of the order for the Guelph Royals, and manager Dino Ramel. Hillier, the only Baycat with 2 saves this season. This, of course, not a safe situation with the Baycats down by 3 runs. And he's logged some important innings for Josh Matlow this season, 9 2/3, all out of the bullpen.
His last appearance came on July 15th against London. He got the win in that game.
Swing and a miss. Hammond 2 for 3 today, doubled and scored in the 3rd, hit into a double play in the 5th inning. Juan Benitez had the help of 2 double plays, one in the 4th and one in the 5th. Settled down nicely after the Royals took a 6-3 lead into the bottom of the 3rd. Benitez handing the ball over to Chris Cox. And now, Brandon Hillier. 2-2 pitch. Pop up. Shallow left side. It'll be Noel McGarry Doyle making the easy catch for the first out of the inning.
It's funny how the trend kind of reversed in this game here today. Usually, once you get to the 3rd time around in the order, that's when the hitters really start to see a pitcher. But that was the opposite for Juan Benitez when he started today. He struggled through the first couple times through the Guelph order, but his 3rd time through, he got all 9 out his 3rd time through.
Yeah, he really settled down nicely, and that's what Josh Matlow has seen from him time in and time out this season. Almost a situation where maybe you want to try bringing Juan Benitez in the 3rd inning or something. Let's try to avoid those high-scoring first couple of innings, but
yeah, we haven't really seen too many cases of openers in the IBL this year.
Matlow has not been hasty giving Benitez the hook after giving up leads early in the game, and it paid off tonight as he settled down quite nicely to get the ball to Chris Cox.
Yeah, 2 double plays in the 4th and 5th inning, respectively, definitely helped Benitez's outing.
And the story for Deans tonight, Brandon Deans, the Guelph Royals starter, similar to Juan Benitez, but the Baycats couldn't scratch out quite as much off him in their first 2 trips to the plate. But Deans also settled down nicely after surrendering 3 Baycat runs through 2 innings pitched, and Deans threw exactly 100 pitches tonight. So his pitch count actually higher than Juan Benitez's, even though Benitez threw 50 pitches through 2 innings. Juan was able to get quick outs in those middle frames. 2-2. Called strike 3. Roberts is rung up. Roberts with plenty to say for the home plate umpire as he heads back to the Guelph dugout.
Number 98, Kyle Cush.
Kyle Cush, who I think may be the only 98 in the Intercounty Baseball League. If I'm wrong, I'm sure I'll find out on Twitter tomorrow morning. Not a number you see very much. Aaron Judge going with a 99 with the Yankees, trying to establish his legacy there.
Well, they don't have too many numbers to choose from in the first place.
They're going to have to unretire some numbers or go triple digits at some point. Cush to right center field, and it's in the gap and off the wall. Cush showing some good speed around the bases, gets it a second standing up. Kyle Cush with a 2-out double, and we're back to the top of the order for Brando LaRue.
Kyle Cush split that right center field gap perfectly, right down the middle in between Kenise Ejo and Avery Tuck. But I believe Avery Tuck looked like he got that ball in quickly. If he didn't get that ball in as fast as he did, I'm sure Kyle Cush might have been pushing a triple.
What is the the lowest? What is the lowest unretired Yankee number? Is it 11? I could be wrong, but I think 1 through 10 have all been retired now.
It might be 11, and then 12 and 13 are already retired, but I'm not too sure off the top of my head.
Derek Jeter, of course, wore number 2, but they retired that. They retired Jorge Posada's number as well.
Yeah.
They retire a lot of numbers.
Yeah, a couple of the single digits are double retired, too.
I guess 0 is still available if they want Marcus Stroman.
Yeah.
Shallow fly ball. Center fielder Kenise Ejo will take that one, and that will do it. Royals strand the double by Cush. He gets no further, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Baycats still trailing by 3 runs. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, with 1 man left on base.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats! VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand.
2 out, runners lead. There they go. Here's the pitch. This one rocked to right field.
Want to come to a Baycats game? Check out our tickets at barriebaycats.com.
Score at least 2. Tuck is in to score. Rio behind him.
BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Barrie Baycats looking to chip away at this 3-run deficit. Kyle Maves will come to the plate to lead it off here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
This 8th inning is brought to you by Expedia Cruises in Barrie, air, land, and sea vacations.
Maves bunted on the first pitch he saw in the bottom of the 6th inning and was able to get aboard. Couldn't get any further than second base, though. Swing and a miss. Brad Fianfonte on the on-deck circle.
Looks like Infante will pinch hit for Avery Tuck, who went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in this ballgame.
So this will be Infante's first plate appearance in quite a while after sitting out some time due to injury. Two-one count on Maves. Pitch from Thomas. Foul back to the screen. Kyle Thomas looks in for the sign, the right-hander. With the leg kick and the 2-2 delivery, it's low and in, 3-2. Full count.
That was a great take by Maves there. That breaking ball had a lot of movement on it.
Brad Fianfonte has played just 2 games for the Baycats this season. Strike 3. Kyle Maves goes down 1 out. And a nice hand for Brad Fianfonte as he returns to the plate.
Pitching to the right fielder, number 17, Avery Tuck, is number 8, Frankie Infante.
Infante played 17 games for the Baycats last season. He's been around here for a long time, part of that championship winning team last decade. Strung together 6 consecutive IBL championships. Granfee, one of the carryover players from that era. And a nice hand for him as he returns to the plate here. First pitch on the way from Kyle Thomas. Swing and a miss. Infante, a versatile player, can play both outfield and infield positions. Strike 2 to Infante. Baycats have been so deep defensively this season with players returning. I don't want to say they haven't missed Brad Fianfonte, but they've been able to minimize any potential impact. As this one's lined to second base. Softly, 2 down in the inning.
Brad Grieveson warming up in the Baycats bullpen.
Center fielder, number 9.
Looks like he's going to be the candidate for the Baycats to have pitch in the 9th inning.
Kinesi Joe, center fielder. Pitch on the way from Thomas. And that's inside, ball 1. Ejo today has scored twice. 2 of Barrie's 3 runs. And they were both as a result of walks. Ejo has done a really nice job in the leadoff position for the Baycats. Swing and a miss. Ejo leading the Baycats in runs scored, in walks, and in stolen bases. 3 very important offensive categories for a leadoff man. Good eye as he takes the 1-1.
That's very impressive, too, considering he didn't start the season with the Baycats. He came in about a month and a half in.
Seems to find a way to get on base. Here's the 2-1. Called strike 2, outside corner. That's been a strike all night, and it was a strike to Kinesi Joe. 2-2 on the way. Fouled off right side. And the at-bat will continue. Baycats with 4 outs to work with here, down by 3 runs. And now time is called.
I mentioned this earlier in the ball game, but Baycats have been very strong throughout this year with 2 outs.
Do we have torches lit down in the Baycat bullpen? What is going on down there? Are those maybe citronella candles?
Yes, they are.
Called strike 3 to Kinesi Joe. So a 3 up, 3 down, 8th inning. Great pitching by Kyle Thomas. And the Royals hold on to their 3-run lead. We go to the 9th. Guelph 6, Barrie 3. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Premier North Windows and Doors is a proud supporter of the Barrie Baycats, locally owned and operated and specializing in window replacement and door installation. Simcoe County's #1 choice for windows and doors. Classic Car Wash, customizing your car wash experience using high-quality products. Their team of experts will make sure your car is shining like new when you drive away. Give your car the VIP treatment it deserves at Classic Car Wash in Barrie. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers and go Baycats!
Hi, I'm Debbie Wilkes, owner of Insightful Living and licensed provider of Brain Echo Technology, which aims to calm and balance the brain. If any of these troublesome things are troubling you, then I'm talking to the appropriate person now.
Top of the 9th we go with the Guelph Royals on top of the Barrie Baycats by a score of 6-3. I'm Ben Davy along with Julius Hern. Connor Morrow will lead it off for Guelph here in the 9th.
Brad Grieveson will enter the ball game here for the Baycats to pitch the 9th inning. This will be his 10th appearance of the year. Sporting a 3-0 record with a 5.00 ERA. He's got 1 save through 18 innings pitched on the year, 16 strikeouts to just 3 walks. Last appearance came on July 17th at Kitchener.
First pitch shows a bunt, and he fouls it to the third base side, and the count is 0-1 to Connor Morrow. Morrow tonight has reached base twice and has scored twice.
Each of the last 2 appearances from Brad Grieveson have been multiple innings. July 12th, he had that great outing against Toronto. We got the win, went 4 innings, only gave up 2 hits. And then on July 17th, as his last outing, went 3 innings, only gave up 1 hit, had 2 strikeouts.
Juan Benitez, the starter tonight, did such a nice job from the 3rd inning on. After giving up back-to-back doubles, he settled down, got 3 out in a row there, and then faced the minimum in the middle innings, in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. He faced just 9 batters, had 2 double plays to help him out of a couple of potential jams there. But it was the early innings that was the problem for Juan Benitez tonight. 3 runs in the first inning, 2 in the second, and then 1 early in the third. Just checked with Baycats analytics coordinator James Henderson to get some numbers on Juan Benitez, and pretty amazing when you look at it. It's been the first inning and the 5th inning. Those 2 innings have been the real problem for Juan this season. He's given up, prior to tonight, 3 runs off him came in the first inning, 6 runs in the 5th inning. Shallow center field, drops in front of Canisijo, and it's a leadoff base hit for Connor Morrow here in the 9th inning. So 11 runs. Again, this doesn't include tonight's stats, but 11 runs, 9 of those 11 came in the 1st and 5th inning off Juan Benitez. He's been perfect in the 2nd, 3rd, and the 6th through 8th innings as well.
The center fielder, number 9, J.D.
It's a little something for the stats geeks there, but it's kind of been a familiar story for Juan Benitez. Trouble in the early innings, and then he seems to settle down.
Yeah, absolutely. That was definitely the case tonight. Really settled in through the end of the 3rd and then the 4th, 5th, and 6th, where he faced the minimum through those 3 innings. Pretty remarkable that he was able to find it after giving up 6 runs in the first 3 innings, but testament to the confidence that Josh Matlow has in his starting pitching.
Yeah, he's done a nice job, the Baycats manager Josh Matlow, in kind of figuring out what he can get out of Juan Benitez. I mean, if you don't know the arms on your pitching staff, you could easily look at a start like that from Benitez tonight and think, well, you better give him the hook and get him out of there as early as possible, but that's not the way Juan seems to work.
I'll also give some credit to Josh Cote, who's really managed the pitching staff well in his rookie year in the IBL. Some pretty high-profile pitchers like Juan Benitez, Frank Garces, Jeffrey Nunez as well.
This one down the right field line, it's foul.
Boy, that was just foul. That might have been a triple if that ball was able to land fair, because that went directly in the corner right next to the Baycats bullpen. And J.D. Williams has plenty of speed.
Yeah, you make a good point about Josh Cote and the job he's done handling the pitching staff this season. I mean, at one time, 4 Dominican starting pitchers on this Baycat staff. This one to center field. Ejo has that one easily. 1 out here in the inning. Connor Morrow at first base. But veteran pitchers too, so guys that have been around the league. Frank Garces, Jeffrey Nunez, I guess the youngest of the bunch at age 25, but Garces, Benitez, and Guerrero all in their 30s. And Cote, much younger, but able to develop some wisdom in his rookie season and working with those pitchers to get the most out of them.
I'm sure with those veteran pitchers, they've had their fair share of different catchers throughout the years that they've pitching in organized baseball, and it goes to say, like, once you build chemistry with one specific catcher, it makes the job much easier.
This is Malik Colleymore's 5th plate appearance of the night. The DH for the Royals this evening. Grieveson's pitch. Foul over the Baycat dugout, and it's just out of the reach of Malik Williams.
Collymore 2 for 3 today. He had a single and scored in the first. He had a triple in the second. And they flew out to a double play fly out. Avery Tuck doubled up J.D. Williams at first base, and then he was hit by a pitch in the 7th inning.
You think about how huge those 2 double plays were in the 4th and the 5th to keep this Baycats team in this ball game, trailing 6-3. This one lifted to center field. Busy inning for Canisijo. He's got a sprint for this one to his left, and he makes the running catch. 2 down in the inning. Couple of fly balls off the veteran Brad Grieveson, and now Tristan Pompey comes to the plate.
Right fielder number 17, Tristan Pompey.
And Pompey talking to the umpire before the at-bat even begins. I mean, this has just been nonsensical all game. He's nodding his head now, so maybe just kind of getting some clarification on what to expect, but this is his 5th time up. Has to have a pretty good idea by now. He's been shaking his head at the umpire all night. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1.
Mentioned busy inning for Kenise Ejo. 2 putouts in this inning so far, 6th on the game for the center fielder.
Grieveson's delivery. Fastball outside. Count 2-0. Brad Grieveson was on the mound when the Baycats executed their first ever triple play in franchise history. Came a couple of weeks ago at Christie Pitts in Toronto. Runner does not go after bluffing a start. And it's a 3-0 count to Tristan Pompey. In that game, Grieveson did something else pretty exceptional, and you can see our interview with Brad on the Baycats social media channels. Brad was able to pitch his way out of 2 consecutive bases-loaded, nobody-out jams, both of them in extra innings. And the Baycats won that game over the Maple Leafs. Time called by Pompey. He wanted time, he didn't get it. Took a little stroll, and the pitch was called a strike. Usually when that happens, the umpire's going to call it a strike even if it isn't.
So you take your risk by stepping out if the umpire doesn't say anything to you, because he doesn't have to grant time.
And that's ball 4. So Pompey gets his walk. 2 on, 2 out. And here comes Justin Intirisano.
No action in the Guelph Royals bullpen, so more than likely we'll be seeing Kyle Thomas out there again in the 9th inning.
And we've got some words being exchanged now between the Barrie dugout and home plate umpire Ryan Jackson. They wanted a little bit of clarification on a pitch in that at bat. I don't think it was the last pitch because that appeared to us to be pretty clearly outside, but the umpire gets his word in to the Baycat dugout. And now Pompey has been tossed from the game. He had something to say to the Baycat dugout. And Jackson gives him the heave-ho.
I think this whole incident started the words from Pompey, between Pompey and the Baycats dugout, and home plate umpire gave him an opportunity to stop the bickering and just kept going, and Pompey the victim of some nasty words exchanged.
Manager Dino Ramel is out for a chat now with Ryan Jackson, and if you're the Barrie Baycats, you have to be pretty happy with the way that transpired, because it looked like somebody in their dugout was the one that was going to get the heave-ho from the home plate umpire, and they put a little bit of bait out there, and Tristan Pompey, unable to control his emotions, turns and says something to the Barrie dugout, and Jackson gave him the hook. So a pinch runner will come in here. We're not sure who. Dino Ramel will take a look at his bench and try to figure out who's available. Just a strange series of events there, because Pompey got the walk. So he really didn't have much to be upset about there. He wasn't happy with the strike zone all night, but he ended up getting on base. The Baycats were the ones that seemed to be unhappy with the balls and strikes. We'll talk to Josh Matlow after the game and find out exactly what was said and what the problem was. But former Baycat Darius Barless comes on to pinch run here.
Yeah, I think the words probably started from, just speculation, but they probably started from the Baycats dugout, just kind of a rhetorical comments, and once Pompey started barking back to the bullpen, he knew that they were getting in his head.
Now Ryan Jackson calls time. He wants to clear up something just to get everybody on the same page, and then gives Brad Grieveson the cue. So we are all set here. And here's a guy that can put this game out of reach with one swing of the bat. Justin Intirisano. See if this little delay has affected Brad Grieveson at all. He's a guy that likes to get into a rhythm and bring the ball to the plate with some consistency. A bit of a delay there with all of that extracurricular activity. 1-0 pitch. On the ground. It's the shortstop. Up with it. Throw to first in time for the outs. Brad Grieveson and the Barrie Baycats get off the field as the Royals strand 2. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Baycats need 3 to tie. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. VMF Sportswear, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. High-quality, pro-custom uniforms using only the best quality fabrics. Custom apparel, excellent customer service, and community support. VMF Sportswear, Canada's trusted sportswear brand. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 9th inning at Vintage Throne Stadium, and it's brought to you by Expedia Cruises in Barrie. Air, land, and sea vacations.
2 bloops and a blast will keep this game going for the Baycats. They got some work to do, trailing by 3 runs. The Guelph Royals on top here by a score of 6-3, looking for their first win over the Baycats this season. And Kyle Thomas back out on the mound for the Guelph Royals. He has done everything Dino Ramel has asked and more. Coming on in relief of Brandon Deans here tonight. Pitch to McGarry Doyle, bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. Royals off tomorrow. They get Hamilton at home Saturday night at Hastings, and then they're back here in Barrie Sunday afternoon. High fastball, 2-1. McGarry Doyle has reached base once tonight in 4 at-bats.
Darius Barlis now in right field after taking over for the now ejected Tristan Pompey.
So Hammond, Williams, and Barlis, the outfield left to right now for the Royals. 2-2 from Thomas, and it's high, and the count is full. Thomas not happy. That one slipped away from him. It's a full count. 3 pretty dangerous hitters here. McGarry Doyle, Rio, and Williams all due up. McGarry Doyle fights one off and fouls it away to keep the at-bat alive. And that one's into the trees. 6 runs, 10 hits for the Royals, 3 runs, 10 hits for the Baycats. And that just missed. Ball 4. Close one. Thomas thought he got the strikeout. Baycats get the leadoff man aboard.
Designated hitter number 27, Ryan Rio.
Yeah, a bit of an iffy call there, similar to the strikeout that McGarry Doyle had in the 6th, where he kind of leaned back on one that was in a similar spot. And that was another strikeout pitch in that at-bat, so a little bit of inconsistency throughout the latter half of this game.
Swing and a miss from Ryan Rio. Rio, newly engaged. We mentioned last week that he proposed to his now fiancée at home plate before a game a couple of weeks ago here at Vintage Throne Stadium, and I'm sure this is an exciting time for him and his bride-to-be making wedding plans. Here's the pitch, fouled away. And the count is 0-2. Rio known for swinging for the fences at home plate. He was swinging for the fences in a different sense that afternoon, surprising his fiancée. I'm assuming it was a surprise at home plate with a marriage proposal. And no surprise, it was a Ryan Rio home run.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
1 ball, 2 strikes. Kyle Thomas comes set. The kick and the delivery. Ball 2. Patience by Ryan Rio on that 1-2 fastball. Malik Williams on deck. Adam Odd to follow. Fans getting behind the hometown hero here, Ryan Rio. This 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Fouled off over to the Barrie dugout. Count holds, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Seeing a lot of breaking pitches in this at-bat. I think he's just trying to fight them off, waiting for a fastball that he likes.
Noel McGarry Doyle with the lead at first. Baycats trying to get something going here in the 9th. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 at the letters. Rio puts his head down. And actually, he thought it was up at his chin.
First baseman number 29.
Tosses the bat.
Julius.
Well, on the 2-2, he got one that could have gone either way. Or excuse me, on the 1-2, he got one that could have gone either way. He didn't get the call he wanted on the 2-2. Tough strikeout. 1 out here in the 9th now. And this one sprayed to the gap. And it'll drop. It'll be extra bases. Rounding first is Williams. He's into second with a double. They're going to send McGarry Doyle home. And he scores! RBI double for Malik Williams. It's a 6-4 ball game.
Another great hit from Malik Williams going the other way into the gap.
Third baseman number
Just like he did
26, Adam Odd.
in the first inning. He had a great piece of hitting in the first inning going the other way on a single. But puts the tying run at the plate, and that's Adam Odd.
This is now a save situation for Kyle Thomas. Tying run at the plate. 6-4 ball game. Adam Odd checks his swing. It's a strike, and Odd does a couple of quick knee bends. He was sure that pitch was high and outside. One of the two, if not both. Odd did check his swing.
Yeah, it didn't look like he went around, so that definitely was a called strike.
Odd gets that call, 1-1. Home plate umpire Ryan Jackson seems to want them swinging at everything tonight, especially with 2 strikes. One ejection already tonight. Tristan Pompey was ejected at first base after drawing a walk, no less. Still managed to get ejected. You don't see many guys get ejected after a walk.
Yeah,
I mean, you see
rarely.
ejections after strikeouts, but after a walk, I'd have to rack my brain, but I can't think of the last time I saw that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that, but he'd already been getting on the home plate umpire's nerves, and tension was broken.
The feeling was mutual. 1-2. Fouled away. Odd just fighting that off defensive swing there. The 1-2 pitch.
I think he's doing everything he can to protect the plate. Not taking any chances here.
And that's the thing, when you've got an umpire with a big strike zone and there's two strikes in the at-bat, you just can't take any chances. You got to keep fouling off everything just to stay alive. Especially at a crucial point in this ball game, such as this situation here. Bottom of the ninth, tying run at the plate. 6-4 Royals, 1 out. Kyle Thomas gets the sign, comes set, checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Tag applied. 2 down.
That was a great breaking pitch there from Thomas, and really started like it was going to go over the plate, but just dropped low and in, and Adam Ott fooled by that one. And with him having to stay defensive, he had to swing at that.
7 of the Baycats outs since the bottom of the 7th inning have been strikeouts. 3 strikeouts in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and now 2 here in the 9th. And Josh Cote with the game on the line. High fastball inside. 1-0. What a job of pitching by Kyle Thomas tonight.
That strikeout from Odd was the 14th strikeout by Baycats hitters in this game.
Kyle Thomas will be our player of the game without question if this score holds up tonight. 6-4. Pitch to Cote, hits it high and deep to left field. It's up, and the ball is caught by the left fielder, and the game is over. Ethan Hammond with a beautiful sliding catch near the warning track. Had to hold up just to make sure that was in his glove, but it was, and the Guelph Royals hold on for a 6-4 win here tonight.
That was a fantastic catch there from Ethan Hammond. Catched it very low to the ground on a slide, and exciting way to end the game for Guelph Royals fans, but tough loss for the Barrie Baycats.
Guelph with their first win over the Baycats this season. It comes with a 6-4 victory here at Vintage Tyrone Stadium. Masterful pitching by reliever Kyle Thomas tonight, getting it done for the Royals. As Josh Cote with a long fly ball to end the game on a beautiful catch by Ethan Hammond in left center field. So the Baycats will head to Brantford for tomorrow night's game at 8 o'clock, and then we're right back here for the Baycats again on Saturday afternoon with the defending IBL champion London Majors will come for a visit at 4:05. Again, that game Saturday here at Vintage Tyrone Stadium. We hope to see you then. For Julius Hern and our entire Baycats TV crew, my name is Ben Davy. Thanks for joining us. Good night from Vintage Tyrone Stadium in Springwater.